Hi everyone, I wanted to do a quick video on what is a managed fund. It was a question that was asked of me about a couple of weeks ago now, so I thought I'd do a quick video on this. What I'll do is I'll answer it in two ways. The first one is what is a managed fund, and the other question being how do you find a good one that's suitable for your investment strategy. So the first part of the question is what is it? The way I like to describe a managed fund is if you can imagine a really large bank account that's in the form of a trust, but it's just a very large bank account with millions of people all around the world putting money into this account to invest. So it's all collated into the one big account, and then that account is managed and invested by a head portfolio manager of some sort. And this is the person that you generally pay to make up the strategies, investment strategies, and invest your money for you. So that's one of the big advantages of managed funds is that it's a time saver. You don't have to worry about how to invest your money or or what stocks to pick or what investment opportunities to look at. You pay this one person to make those decisions for you, and they spend all their time and resources to do that. So that's their job. It's a full-time job. So it's one large bank account, effectively a trust. What it is a trust, and in most instances, it's in a form of a unit trust. So when you invest your, 1,000, 2,000, 10,000, 100,000, or however much you put into it, that automatically equates to a certain number of units based on the price of the unit that day that you buy into it. So you get a certain number of units, and that's yours to keep until such time as you sell it, or whatever you want to do with it. But the price that you buy those units at is locked into the time or the day that you buy it. And of course, the price of these units fluctuate like anything else on the market, depending on supply and demand. The price will go up and down depending on also on how the managed fund is performing. So that's really what a managed fund is. It's a big account you invest into. It's a unit trust, and you have one guy that makes all the decisions on how to invest it. Now, how do you find the best one for you? That's a really interesting and good question. It really comes down to what your basic investment philosophy is. And I've met people in the past who don't believe in investing into funds that invest their money into environmentally hazardous things, like tobacco and coal and things like that. So they want to avoid. They're environmentally conscious about which managed fund or what the managed fund invests their money in. So there's things like that to consider. I mean, but most people just want to buy a certain type of managed fund like that only invests in, say, Australian shares or a certain asset class, or maybe certain managed funds that just want to invest in property or international property. There's thousands and thousands of funds out there that you can choose from, effectively like a big candy shop, and you just got to look at, well, which one suits me, which one is the one that I believe in, that I have the most conviction in, and that I want to be part of. So there's all these managed funds out there do different styles of investing, and that's another whole video in itself. But in general, there's what we call active and passive managers. Active managers generally charge more money. They want because what their job is to beat the market return that you expect, that the market gives. So they go out and overwork and over resource and study the weaknesses in the market out there more, put more time and energy into it, and therefore they charge more money in fees for that privilege. So active managers are really out there to beat the market. Passive managers aren't. They just get your money and invest it on the market, and you just ride it out for as long as you can. So two general types of managers out there, but there are so many to choose from. It's ridiculous. It really comes down to what your preferences are and what asset class you want to invest in. If you don't know the answer to that question, good idea to speak to a financial advisor near you, and have a good conversation about what you believe in, and where the performance are. Some people just want to buy managed funds that are high performers, but again, be very mindful of that because high performers generally charge more for the high performers, but they normally, from my experience, perform well for 2-3 years and then they underperform. It's very rare to find a very high performing managed fund that does it for decade. There's only a very small percentage of them out there that do that. So if you're looking for managed funds that perform well, there certainly are those out there. You want to do your research, make sure you look at the background of the fund, who the managers are that are running the fund, their history, their track record. Of course, you don't want to see it buy into a fund that's had 10 years of losing money and things like that. You want to also buy a fund and look into the fund's philosophy, so that make sure that it suits your investment strategy and things like that. So there's lots of different things you can look at. It's effectively looking at the fund as a company you want to invest the money into. If you want to give somebody your money, you want to make sure that they do the right thing. So there's lots of ways to research that. Again, you can look this online on Google, or also talk to your financial advisor. They should have resources to give you about that particular fund you want to invest in. So there it is. That's what a managed fund is. It's very popular now. There's so many out there. Lots of information out there for you to look into. Get into it. If you have any questions, as always, feel free to give me a call. Okay, see you soon. Bye.